The economic toll of COVID continues to burden many Washingtonians, including tenants, obviously. I am extending the state's eviction moratorium through June 30th. Using state and federal funds, as you know, $504 million has already been set aside for assistance, and hundreds of millions of dollars more of rental assistance is on its way through Congress's America's Rescue Plan. Now, it's important to note these funds help both tenants and landlords through these difficult economic times. And I've said each time that we've extended this moratorium, if you can pay rent, pay it. That's the right thing to do. We are acting in good faith for a lot of people, and we know who they would be in some very dire situations without this moratorium. I'm also signing an extension of the utility shutoff moratorium today, which we extended through July 31st. And yesterday, I updated our consumer debt garnishment proclamation to protect any federal payments someone receives in response to the pandemic from garnishment, not just those that are labeled stimulus payments. People need these supports right now. There's no other way to look at it. I'm glad we were able to take these measures. Now, while we're making this progress, I have to tell you that there's reason to be impressed with our continued effort on the vaccine front. We know that this is central to our long-term economic recovery in the state of Washington. So we've got some really good news today. On Wednesday, about 600,000 more Washingtonians became eligible for the COVID vaccine. And I encourage everyone who is eligible to get this vaccine. It works, it's safe, it's fairly convenient, and it can save your life and your loved ones. And no matter when you became eligible throughout this progress, you will remain eligible. So if you're over 65 and you're eligible today, we have more people who are becoming eligible, but you still are eligible to get the vaccine. That'll remain the case throughout this vaccine recovery program. Now, because our doses are increasing, and because we are now meeting our vaccination goals of vaccinating people, we can announce two new tiers, or the next two tiers of those eligible for the vaccine. They will become eligible on March 31st, less than 2 weeks from now. These tiers will open up the vaccine to nearly 2 million more Washingtonians, in addition to the 3 million who are eligible as of today. So here's what the next tier will be. This will be open on that date to anyone over the age of 16 who has 2 or more comorbidities, and those are defined by the Department of Health. Also, anyone who is between the ages of 60 and 65. Also, anyone living in congregate settings, such as correctional facilities, group homes, or those with disabilities. Also, those experiencing homelessness who live in or access services to congregate settings. Also, any additional workers in those types of congregate settings. And also, it includes restaurants and food service workers, manufacturing workers, and construction workers. They will all be available and eligible for the vaccine beginning on March 31st. Now, reaching more of our workers who work in congregate settings is very important to our state's effort. It's very important to reduce the transmission rate of the disease, which helps everyone, and it's very important to maintain equity, which is so important in our efforts in this vaccine rollout effort.